To make a quick tutorial on how to set up your custom GPT using actions, which are going to allow us to have APIs and connect to different software. So the one I'm going to be using today is with Zapier because it's going to allow us to connect to other 6,000 or more than 6,000, I think they say, products, like for example, Gmail, Docs, SMS, pretty much anything is going to allow us to connect. So the first thing that you have to do is go here to explore, and obviously you're going to need a ChatGPT Plus subscription. Once you have that, you're going to click here, create GPT, and in configure, you can name it. So let's give it a name, personal assistant. And then in the description, you can add anything you want. So I can do anything or pretty much anything, as we're going to see. We're going to leave blank the instructions, but before doing all the instructions, we will click here, which is create new action. Once we create new action, here is where our API code is gonna go, or the Open API schema. But this code that we're gonna be using, this API, which is with Zapier, you can just literally import it from the URL. And which URL? So you can go here, and you will just copy. No, not that one. So you will just copy here the URL, and you will just paste it in here. So once you paste it, you click import, and all the code is going to be here. So you don't have to worry about any of the code. You can check it, of course. But once you have that there, now you will go back in here. And before going into the instructions, we are going to set up actions. Actions are going to be those things that we want to connect through Zapier in order to be able to do many stuff. So we will click in here, action.zapier.com, GPT actions. And well, first of all, you will need an account with Zapier. It's free to sign up. And once you have that, you will go to this screen, and here is where you can add a new action or any actions that you want. So for example, just for this video, I'm going to be doing the Google Calendar, right? I want to find the events and send me a summary of it. So what I'm going to do is just say Google Calendar, and here, find event, right? So that's the name of my event. In here, because I already have done it, this is my, I will have all the email, but if you haven't set up before, it will say connect to whatever. And then in calendar, because I have different calendars, so we can just set up the calendar we actually want, which is with my email. And then we just enable the action. So now we just enable this action, and it's ready for us to use. So you can add as many as you want. I would recommend not using too many, because then it can get quite messy and you might not understand what specifically you are looking for, etc. But once you have, so again, just let's do the Google Calendar. Once you have that, you will go back to your GPT and you will set up some instructions. So the instructions, there is a good base instructions in this website, which it has rules, instructions, and required actions. So I modified it a little bit. So I have it in here. Let me just copy all of this and paste it. So as you're going to see, I'm pretty much just saying you're an assistant for a given day, check my calendar, and I'll put the agenda for the day, etc., etc. So those are a little description of what it's supposed to be doing. Then you have here the rules, which is before running any actions, tell the user that they need to reply after the action completes to continue. They want to keep continuing. So then, this is kind of the most important things, which are the instructions. So first, the GPT needs to figure out what are going to be those actions. So in our case, the actions is going to be just check my calendar. But imagine that I want to receive a message in my phone with my calendar summary. So those will be two actions, right? First will be to find the event, and then the other one will be to send a message. So those are two actions. And it's going to put it in a list, and it's going to kind of put it on its post actions. So then it's going to check at the bottom if those two actions, or in this case only one, which is the event, to find the event, are in here. If they are not, then it's fine, because in our next step, it will say, hey, send a customizable link for the user to actually set it up. So even if you don't have it here, it will allow you to set it up. Because we already have set it up, it's going to find it. So how does these require actions links work? So the action is Google Calendar find event, as you saw how we programmed it before. And then the confirmation link, you will have a link that is always the same for all of them, right? And then you can have parameters, and you can have the parameters set up action, and the name of the action was Google Calendar Find Event, right? So you can have also, for example, if you want to get an SMS by whoever, you will say the same thing. You will put this HTTPS actions, etc., and then you will have set up action, and then if it's called SMS send, you will just say SMS and then send, for example. Okay. So what it says here, check if those actions that GPT has list are in those at the bottom, and if it's not, then it's gonna send the user a customizable link so they can actually set up those actions. And if it is actually on this list, then it's just pretty much just gonna say that, okay, let's do it. So that's pretty much it. So once you have that, you can obviously click here for an image, but again, just for this, I don't want to make it even longer, this tutorial. So you can just click on here, save, and only me, and then we're gonna confirm. So hopefully we have done everything correct. Let's try it out. So provide summary of new my calendar of, for example. Okay. So we send this, and we will have to wait. Probably it's gonna tell us to allow. And I found the action needed, perfect, because it found at the end. Now I'll retrieve the summary of your calendar. Then I set it up 3 different things on this specific calendar. So let's see if it actually is able to find them. So perfect, it was able to find it. And here we have, here's the summary of your calendar today. So we have the research meeting. Again, this is just set up. And then we will have more and more. It's just gonna take a little bit. But yeah, so that concludes teaching class, for example, and then I think I have another one. But that concludes kind of this little tutorial. Again, actions, I think, is a wonderful thing because it's gonna allow us to do many more things that you will get without any of those actions. So yeah, that concludes everything. If you have any questions, just please let me know.